The death of a Baltimore homicide detective shot in the head with his own gun 2 weeks ago has transformed into a feeding frenzy of speculation in a city filled with armchair sleuths and deeply suspicious views of law enforcers. The unsolved November 15 shooting of Detective Sean Suiter is the talk of Baltimore, where residents are dissecting details of the case in offices, on street corners, and on social media. It's a homicide investigation, but the version of events offered up by police brass is being increasingly questioned since it came to light that the detective was shot a day before he was set to testify before a federal grand jury probing an elite unit of indicted officers. Police Commissioner Kevin Davis has emphasized that Suiter, whose Baltimore area funeral procession closed down major roads Wednesday, was not the target of any federal probe and by all accounts was a stellar detective. He said he understands the wild possibilities, but stressed that the evidence refutes any notion that the slaying in a high-crime neighborhood was part of any conspiracy. There's no path that we want go down if evidence takes us down that path. But right now, the evidence that's available to us is indicative of a homicide, Davis said. But with the revelation of Suiter's planned testimony and no arrests even with a $215,000 reward, there appears to be no end in sight to the rumor mill in a city where police officers have had a tense relationship with the majority black population for decades. Baltimore and the Justice Department entered into a reform agreement earlier this year after a scathing federal report outlined widespread police misconduct and abuse. For all the years these cops have been running around here, they can't catch this guy they say took out one of their own? I don't believe what they're saying, said Mike Williams, a resident of the blighted Harlem Park neighborhood as he watched a TV crew set up by the lot where Suiter was shot while investigating a 2016 triple homicide. The community was on lockdown for days as investigators scoured for evidence and searched the area's numerous dilapidated, boarded-up homes. Thousands of mourners, including numerous law enforcement officials, gathered at a church Wednesday to honor Suiter and his grieving family. Mayor Catherine Pugh said the killing leaves a stain on our city, while Gov. Larry Hogan said the detective lived and died a hero. Rumors about Suiter's killing went into overdrive last week when Davis confirmed that the acting U.S. attorney and FBI informed him that the detective was gunned down the day before he was to testify in an ongoing probe of a specialized gun recovery unit. 8 indicted Baltimore officers, including 4 who have pleaded guilty to racketeering, are accused of defrauding their department, falsifying evidence and shaking down citizens. The same week Suiter was shot, a Philadelphia officer became the 9th officer indicted in the probe of Baltimore's gun trace task force. Some people, including gossiping law enforcement officials, have speculated that Suiter might have shot himself, staging a suicide to look like a murder. Others envision a conspiracy where Suiter was labeled a traitor by dirty colleagues.